in an enterprise called Ghana, no, you are a stakeholder, I'm a stakeholder, and it will take our collective efforts and the bit we are building on more minor and whichever capacity form, whoever you are, you have a role. Mining you'll be a Japadi and will be a Jaboso. So you have the right. So but you are doing quite your first way because it take that and I had to build them on mine everywhere. So it is very imperative, sir, and I'm saying, and now will be say for your support all the time. Yeah, they are building this page up to now. I do appreciate it. I hope, sir, that this coming year, you know, we will move to a next height. But to achieve that, you know, or input, your support, your subscription, everything is very, very important to beat me aboa. And I think that there is a very important issue that has been in circulation that I think we need to speak to it. The issue has to do with the IMF and the fifth review about one thing and the commenter IMF MI concerning it and the ongoing discussion on various social media platforms and on TV station. Listening to some of the debates, you know, you could see clearly there is a certain twist and turns in the where manner the report was written. You know, there has been a certain deliberate attempt to pick on some individuals, especially Sammy Gyamfi as a CEO of Goldbod. No, a man for Adan Omoni so as if the gentleman has done something a year so dangerous to the extent say people have just decided to pick him, vilify him, and make it look like Wakoton Gold Aboka. When in reality, what has been portrayed in the IMF report, you know, does not speak anything about Goldbod. Say Goldbod Akwakoboka. Maybe a report, you know, what the speculative one there, Obiakana, what it's a long document. Taking the time to read through. I mean, who baby I that specifically apportion blame to Goldbod, say Goldbod a cotton gold na Goldbod aboka anunti a man for Sammy Gyamfi aye gold shirt. There are some funny videos trending on other things there. You see, if we really want to get serious as a country, now you perceive move on. We just need to get our fact right. Nasa ye kase ye can't semna. Let us do away with personalities and individuals and look at the core critical issues, the agencies and whatever that is involved. And then lend the credence to the conversation. But the very moment we begin forcefully to pick on an individual, oh, Sammy Gyamfi, you know, let us demonize him, no. I am not sure say a good for our politics. Because Maka, in the last 10 months, if there is somebody wabua in the stabilization of our economy, Sammy Gyamfi and his outfit, the Goldbod, considering the amount of forex and if you look at the entire IMF report, it's commendation throughout, and this commendation not coming at the back of some of these interventions, but suddenly among for real fee all the gains. The fact is the dollar is stable. The fact is inflation has dropped significantly. The fact is Ghana is not quick going out there to go and borrow. The fact is your debt to your GDP has dropped significantly to somewhere around 45%. To the extent say Ghana the reserve per the IMF conditionalities, no, we need to have, no, we have exceeded that particular target. All these things are the facts and the realities, and they end up pinning on very critically the outfit and the operations of Goldbod and the Sammy Gyamfi and the operations of the Goldbod. But suddenly, people have diabolically attempted or tried to vilify the gentleman to look like wakoton gold aboka, and I've gone through a lot of platforms. Man for don't care. They don't. Some people don't even understand what has happened. They don't even know the issues. It's just Sammy Gyamfi has been mentioned. Ain't you know? Oh, yeah, you know. And I think that it's sad. It's very funny, and no, and Emma, the seriousness that has to be attached to this whole thing, no, as a echo. So, IMF, Akufo-Addo bank called IMF kwaje $3 billion. Omo ede maye in trenches. And Sikano omubune apuna 395, 375, 375 million. Ya de mawa. Na ya de ya fencing pen the paper show some with conditionalities. You take all of them. So with me, all the benchmark and take here. That is when the IMF will give you the next way. A bit to Zambia kwa GB. Box not take care back on you know they couldn't meet the conditionalities now IMF has stated, you know. So the next payment when you skip it, a basana it will throw off the program of GA. But you take all the boxes and that's a form. And see, I think that your fifth your first drawings in here are basically bring it to 2.8 billion. So can you saying $3 billion, meaning aka 200 billion, $200 million. I say and saka now IMF seek disbursement, I read. So this fifth review, and IMF at the report by trying to do an overview of the entire economy, what we need to do, what the SEN right. And initially the report by has to do with the Sikana Bank of Ghana at the Asia Forest, just to stabilize, that particular issue was twisted because people made it look like IMF was concerned that Bank of Ghana at the Sika air shore up the forest. My culture said that has been a long-standing practice. Even the most advanced economies, yeah. My culture said America has this swapping line with some of the critical, some of the big countries, the European Bank, the Bank of England, Bank of Japan, then as a forum, because whenever they need this dollar, I bet me a stabilizer or move because they have that swap line with America and quickly the money goes in. There are other countries like South Korea and then as a forum, they have different arrangement with America and then as a forum, sometimes the reserve, the treasury is converted into dollars and the money is given to them. Sebaya, a bit easy the pressure in the economy. So the central bank moving in to do some of this intervention, Makazo said the danger that comes with it. They say when you are burning your reserves, Sikana is a woody eguho would be those nearma transactions up and down. No, what time says Sikano a yes and nearmana a drew one as a winyabia, but import cover Ghana we see the 3 months, 4 months Sikano because there is an influence, we've even gone or exceeded that particular threshold. It means there is an allowance on the part of Bank of Ghana to do certain things. So what IMF said at the time, they said there should be transparency in the way a manner Bank of Ghana intervening that forest way. And from I think from September, Bank of Ghana started publishing how much we are pushing in. I think the earlier it was 1.2, later 1.4, 1.2, then 800. Yes, $800 million. So there has been that transparency in line with the IMF prescription. Sabaya yebehu actresses Sika way and a Bank of Ghana a pushy to shore up the defense the forest market and Sabaya way. The question is do you have extra? The answer is yes. Then there is no problem. So that is why when the gentleman went on TV, Koka said, "Oh, John Mahama Baye." Now, no, Papa be yourself and Kokofo is a wine or UTV. And I say, Ghana buying at time 10 billion at the aqua share your friends saying forest market in him at the cost or at the expense of the taxpayer. Let me say, really? These are people, I'm not say your politics now you're moving me and but how can you sit on TV? Now, because 10 billion no at the cost of the taxpayer. I see the 10 billion is gone. Now Ghana economy that way, say $10 billion a free man economy in Kabubu. This economy, say $10 billion a free this economy man. So common sense should be enough incentive to provoke you. Say it's not possible. Say abaya for $10 billion. That is not the case. The money central bank give, money that is given to the commercial banks. These are dollars. We have it in excess already. Reserve everything. Yes, CD away. We have extra way. There is pressure in the system, so commercial bank have access to $1, so that businesses and as for ban more physical trade and they will get it. And in return, Bank of Ghana takes the CD or any other valuable equivalent. So Bank of Ghana is not a charity organization that takes $10 billion as they say bank say matuogu system num. And how can you sit on TV and say at the expense or at the cost of a taxpayer? It means that money is being flected away and the state is losing, which is never the case. That is what the gentleman sat on TV and said. Probably they didn't understand what they were saying, but the reality is that whenever money is push it into the system, and that money does not go waste. My culture, you can trace when this whole thing started. It becomes a danger when or minor air ban and the reserve when you don't have. But in this case, we do. So it means there is no problem. Because at the end of the day, you weigh the benefit against the other side. The major concern in this particular country, man, near when you now call haywire, the central fiber, I control the economy of this country is the stability of the dollar. So if it is stabilized and the businesses begin to gather momentum, now economy is stable, Ghana that is all that governance is supposed to be about. Even though, and you also be looking at the long term, boost production. Now a minor naturally will also in other forms and answer sika na carbon team bebrebe no ema dollar no as it is esobete. But within this short period, these are some of the critical interventions that the government can put in place to ensure we achieve that broader objective of ensuring there is certain economic stability. Ghana, a microeconomic prospect, everything will look, and that assurances will come, and investors will bring their money, and things will stabilize. And that's exactly what is in play. So the twist and turns, the other side, the flip, the political machinations, and those kind of, invention, those stratagems, those, I don't know, agendas or connivance or whatever among certain individuals just to paint this whole thing to look like. My question is it the economy that is on good footing that Ghana for Yempa now say we want to go back to our old days? And now because John Mahama na yenti na hoya bufu e kaya nkwanka nye eniso ne na yenkade, what is the problem? And again, back to this Goldbod thing. My culture said, okay, report now. Bank of IMF nyanka baby asa Sammy Gyamfi Gold aboka. It is never anywhere. But this is what happens. Based on their assessment in Asiedu Nketiah domestic gold purchasing program that has been in play since 2022 opposed to a risk to Ghana economic the sustainability of the Bank of Ghana operations. And say either say you be put a stop to it, or and our example say abra gold for oil but umyakofa by 2022 or minor boka $125 million. Sasikan emu 30% is attributed to the sale of $0.8 billion in gold. So it means Yakoton gold less than 1 billion boka over 135 million dollars. Now Obi create a central pool and they buy all the gold in this particular country. That's all cotton, not sebi or boka 200 way krana. Within this particular contest, among for the politics, you cannot justify it. I am not seeking to justify anything, but I'm making comparisons because people who are spreading, making it look like Obiakoton gold, Abokadena, no. This is what happened. I generated 125 under gold for way, and that particular intervention did not bring any forest to stabilize the economy. That is why another dollar 16 in as a form no. Because under certain shady circumstances, you know, a cop sikan on my back, you said aquaje oil. But in this particular instance, IMF say, sa program na or more yeno, and your gold board, and your Bank of Ghana, and they traded that particular gold because PMC na or no when the Bank of Ghana that particular arrangement, Bank of Ghana trying to accumulate gold reserve along the way. So that connection, and yes, Sammy Gyamfi Goldbod, it has been there already. And whereby and on the other say you're creating a central pool, gold board with a mandate just like cocoa board. And the other say gold will be a cost of my muha piano will go through your friend saying gold board. And the idea is that there will not be other your friend saying avenues so so when we centralize everything and the money goes, it will come to us as a country. And the dividend is justified by over $10 billion that has been generated thus far from the Sammy Gyamfi's outfit. So this trading is done in the name of Bank of Ghana. A Bank of Ghana and a trading. And I'll say there is a likely as a result of trading in the gold, which is done by Bank of Ghana. Then the off-takers fee, but also the off-takers fee. So this particular loss now done by because Bank of Gold Board and a cotton gold and to gold no from aggregators and all the other. And that off-takers fees your friend saying Bank Gold Board and Konguram and Konkoto Gold. They have license agencies or more called aggregators or more gold Then Bank of Ghana Gold Board will buy from some of these people. So in between the charges and the fees that these people put on buying and selling to Gold Board a honor fee and that is done everywhere. So the attribution is a kana about 200 when could be as a result of that particular medal now omoto gold no free and they say yakwa gold and even that particular amount na omoda has been disputed by Bank of Ghana in their latest report. We can't even say absolute because almost say the accounting figures now. There has been some misunderstanding between Omo and the IMF in their last meeting concerning how Ombe accounted for the various indicators involved in this whole transaction because the disagreement, this Bank of Ghana think say cut, but IMF free say cut. So that contention is still hanging and resolve. So now Bank of Ghana was expecting say at least auditors and other people will get involved. Or more this thing constitutes a debt, this thing constitutes a loss, and then but that thing hasn't been done. Then quick IMF added this particular report about Bonting. But you see, I am not disputing or discounting the figures IMF data Bonting. Omona we are privy to documents, and Bank of Ghana is also privy to Sammy Gyamfi's outfit is also involved. But the purpose of this video is to, you see, nullify the notion that has been created. Says Sammy Gyamfi cotton gold na waboka. That is never the case. The gold for reserve program no crown and your gold board mandate at Bank of Ghana. So if there is any loss, possible, how then do people quickly draw the young man on social media? Now you the gold assistant, the gold making it look like cotton gold and a wedding. And I think that is the dirty part of our politics that we need to, because if there is somebody who deserve a commendation under this present government, I think that you cannot do away with Sammy and his outfit Gold Board. And it has been the game changer in the Ghana's operations of our economy. Because sika na ye brepa and yenya. Forget about what and again, Bank of Ghana yenuanom social media or more and Sammy Gyamfi na Bank of Ghana. It will interest you to know, say, Omasha see a tiny Bank of Ghana into a printing press in a year. Bank of Ghana bought 60.8 billion Ghana cedis. We will have 60 billion, 60.8 billion. Oh, Kroma. In a single year, Oman Koton Godo. They were just, your friends saying, cash, a year printing, a year writing institutions' debt, whole lot. And I chance that the details has been explained in the previous video. The following year, now and I'm 10.5 billion Ghana cedis. The following year, Bank of Ghana eboka 9.5 billion. These are on record. So assuming this year Bank of Ghana eboka $214 million. Is it anything comparable to 60 billion, 10 billion, 9 billion? So I think that politics, sometimes is so dirty. To the extent say a man for nitia kind say idea nipa ye but enam say on na ye ntim penny pana 70 yen say no, because Sammy's outfit, the operations of Goldbod, and the idea behind it, let's say forest yen shorted that and ibonyam Kenya me say within the last Goldbod has been in operation for just 8 months. 8 months, it has for the numbers. 80, that is now the money is flowing. 80, that is now the money is flowing. The forest no eba. And in a Bank of Ghana, I need that particular luxury to be able, because in the past, we need to wait like 6 months for IMF. Say over my $395 million. They have a system num. And Sunny Etimia has a bit more stabilizer and as I say, but then Cocoa Board is generating money, even though it's nothing compared to what Goldbod is significantly generating money. So problem na economy no one has to do with forest, the shortage. I'm a nema boya den, and that is what the Sammy's outfit has been able to solve. If there is a problem, because it's a new agency, it's a new institution, even if there is a problem, we can look forward and see how a bit next time, no. And one of the proposals is a Bank of Ghana and China free gold trading in as a forum, because now I'm focusing on the mandate, and this can solely rest on the shoulder of the Gold Board. Now on the operations, making sure say everything concerning gold is done by bank, and within a period of 10 months. Atimia generated this huge sum of money at day, and a Ghana yampa the panaya seni pasa. And the sad aspect of it is that people who are on social media talking about some of the don't even understand what is happening. So please stop personalizing this thing. And yes, Sammy Gyamfi Gold. And then your Goldbod now boka. That is why Sammy is seriously challenging the Goldbod more, but people don't understand, because reporting nearby, and yet Goldbod report, it has nothing to do with the finances of Goldbod. No, it is Bank of Ghana. And now more cancer, a kind of more cancer Bank of Ghana abono. It could the possible way yes or makoton a trading losses, but also, and that is the term. I have the report. It's a long, it's about 120 something page document. And also, Goldbod off takers, because on the top from the aggregators, the pricing differences. And don't forget, sir, Goldbod buys the gold. The whole it's a certain policy kind of initiative. The whole thing is to break away from this culture of amount for smuggling the gold. So as a new entity, it is trying to make sure, say, Argentina cocoa board cocoa boom sometimes, in as much as the farmers deserve, sometimes is to ward off smugglers. So to be able to buy entity, they need to entice people to sell the gold to its entity. They need to entice people to sell the gold to its appropriate forum, i.e. the Goldbod. And then the gold goes to Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana does the trading. So I know the day, if something has happened, Yaja Bank of Ghana ha jobia ho eja gold board no ehwehwe abrantie bi friend Sammy Gyamfi yenya no. It's not fair. And I think the bastardization and the whole lot of is funny. And when you dwell much on that, it takes away credibility. My culture says some of us are committed to defending this particular state. We will continue to remain the gatekeepers. Asem no baby tono fatoho. No emotions, don't personalize the issues, speak to the fact. O person waka say gold board, a cotton gold, a boka, na omo catching chin say numbers, there is a contention, and until that is resolved, they will not accept. The things that is still speculative or tentative until the proper accounting way is agreed on and it's established. Now say you want to go ahead with that, you are entitled to. But don't be branding people who are trying so much to help the system to stabilize the economy. Because if there is somebody who deserves a commendation, we President Mahama Fluaka, I can tell you, say, Sammy Gyamfi, and then the outfit because of their intervention or 1 year, the economy now, who know what take things for granted. Don't forget, baby, and your war, ever be a agent in there. So I think, say, let us be fair. Now, obi o deserve credit, you know. So one fan mana, don't attempt to smear the person. You may not like him, and that is your business. But the fact is that the gentleman is doing a great job, and I think, say, on that basis, isn't it never right anywhere for Obi to single him out? Now you are dripping with gold. But who am I fire flyer? Sammy Gyamfi is the only person who sells gold. This is totally mischievous, very malicious. And it does not tally with the fact on the ground. The IMF report and the fact of the matter is that you see, I have issue with so-called the big media houses. When the report came, somebody read it and decided to skew it. Unsa Ghana hana samba obi nipa no mo kasa no about 90% IMF report no when kura nyam ye. Some might have read the summary on the website, but the actual report no dodo na ni kura nyam ye. But kwaku can say, and I'm not free her, and I'm free her, and I'm free her. Sanity at the report now. Among every day, yeah, Obi twisted the fact to make it look like gold board a cotton gold a bokano. That is the narrative among for the Namkrum. Obian taking the pen to look for the document, read and ascertain the fact therein to make his own independent analysis. Radio station, TV station, been at the Bible and say, I say gold board, but the thing has nothing to do with gold board, has nothing to do with Sammy Gyamfi, has nothing to do with, but the financial standing of gold board has nothing to do with it. But quickly, assemble, sometimes take your time, look for your own fact, read, understand, make a valid point. After consuming all the fact, if you still want to accuse, say, Samene the gold board, Naya, that's fine. But in the absence of all these things, don't dwell on speculations and make conclusive remarks. Say, oh, I got on gold aboka, or no one at on gold aboka. It's highly unreasonable. That is also speculative, malicious, and they feed it into the larger politics now. As a new parent to an ankasano, yeah, a bit more, yeah, dada. None of my and you're no crab time to my dear friend. We don't move a nation like that. The young people are more decided to help, you know. There is enough ingenuity, wisdom, and this thing that these people, some of these things, don't do things to throw people off. I back a crowd mine, who knew be a crowd and so more. Or more movie amona and becoso area. And the poor will continue to remain poor. And yes, the current state of this particular economy, a benefit will be. And that is good. Anyway, thank you very much for your time here. My culture on subscribe. This is Christmas, but it is what it is. We are here once again to walk into the issues, just to, pick up. My culture said this is your most reliable source of all the credible information be out there. We say, and most of the so-called big platforms in you see, they advertise lies, they advertise ignorance, they advertise political propaganda.
in the then Wenchi district. That is Professor Buzia's district.
Okay.
And I grew up there. I attended mission schools all my life up to university. And I attended, well, I never went to secondary school.
Really?
Yes, I trained as a teacher.
Okay.
And after that, I bought O-level, A-level syllabus from Exams Council, bought recommended textbooks,
right,
studied in the house and wrote the O-level. And then after that, I wrote the A-level.
On your own?
On my own, and
wow.
I gained admission to the School of Administration, now called University of Ghana Business School.
Interesting.
And so
interesting. you did it on your own, without any formal tuition?
No.
That's very interesting.
Yes, yeah. So then, by way of my work experience, you know, as I've told you, I started as a trained teacher.
Yeah.
Worked for some time, during which time I was studying for my O and A levels.
Okay.
And so when I went to the university, those days you need to have a strong grade before you get admission to the School of Administration.
Right.
So I was surprised that as a private student I was able to make the grade. And so, and I studied business administration.
Very well.
So after that, I did my national service. Those days it was 2-year national service.
2 years?
2 years. I did 1 year.
That's a lot.
1 year at GIHOC.
Okay.
Ghana Industrial Holding Corporation.
Right.
In a subsidiary called Ghana Manufacturing Company.
Okay.
So that was where I did my first year national service. Interestingly, I went there as a marketing officer, and because of the way I did my work, I didn't know that I was exposing my boss, the marketing manager. So
why?
When I was just doing my work as a professional, and those days it was a manufacturing company. So
yes.
We supplied to wholesalers, and it took them time to come and pay back. So I had the duty of going around the country and checking our wholesalers and reconciling their accounts. And the revelation created a problem for my boss. I think that people were paying, and it was diverting monies. And so in our records in Accra, those wholesalers were owing us. They owing us.
Yeah.
And then in their own records, they have made some payments. So it created a problem. So my boss was interdicted. And even during national service, I was made an acting marketing manager. And then
at GIHOC?
At GIHOC Ghana Manufacturing Company.
Right.
Those were the company that was manufacturing suitcases, briefcases, and trunks and other things. So now, when the first year ended, I was forced, or if you like, I was poached from GIHOC.
Okay.
And because my community had started a rural banking project, which had taken several years, because immediately after the project was initiated, there was a chieftaincy crisis in my community, which lasted for about 9 years.
That's Sekwa.
Sekwa.
Right.
And so, at the time I was doing this national service, we had gotten a new chief who happened to be my schoolmate.
Okay.
And so he declared that he wanted to establish the rural bank. So he made moves to the Bank of Ghana, and all the rural banking department.
Okay.
And he was given a condition that if they will establish the bank, they needed a graduate in business. And I happened to be the only one there. So the whole community descended on me and said that whatever I was doing, I had to resign and come back and establish this.
Yeah.
They put a lot of pressure on me. At GIHOC too, my bosses felt that they had discovered a very bright person with a great future.
That's right.
So it was back and forth. Eventually, I took the decision to listen to my people. So I resigned, and I was sent for Bank of Ghana training in rural banking.
Okay.
And then posted to Asiedu Rural Bank to do my practical training as a trainee manager.
Okay.
At Asiedu Rural Bank.
Okay.
So it was after there that I had to go back to my place to begin Nkraman Rural Bank.
Okay, so it was Nkraman Rural Bank.
Yes.
But Chairman, before you continue, I'm interested in what motivated you to leave where you were working, because just like you said, even as a national service personnel, you were an acting manager. And so if it is in terms of, is it monetary? What really motivated you to leave to go to that rural bank?
It wasn't monetary at all, because I was getting a better deal there. My motivation is always to serve my community. So when this thing came, in fact, resigning from GIHOC to go and start as a trainee manager for rural bank, I had to go through a lot of trouble. Maybe if I have to use this program to talk about that one, the time will still not be enough. But I was motivated to help my people. So, and naturally, I want to explore new areas. So, and I went there. I got the opportunity to, learn a lot about Western region at that time. I didn't know that I was preparing myself for a political position.
National position.
So naturally, when I entered politics, Western region became my second constituency. Any position I was contesting, I would win Western. Because they saw me as one of them. In fact, during the time I was there, that we established Yaa Titi Rural Bank at Bonsunkwanta. It was our mobilization center. We established Kasemai Rural Bank. And that was the time this buying cocoa with Akwafu checks started and all that. So I had all those experiences.
Wow.
They were very, very interesting experiences. And so I went back to Sekwa, established the Nkraman Rural Bank, virtually from the scratch. Within a very short time, the bank took off very well, and we became one of the strongest banks in the country at that time.
The country,
and
not
so
even the region.
We then established branches of the bank, established consumer shops, workers' consumer shops, and selling televisions, motorbikes, bicycles, bundle mattresses on credits to workers who receive their salaries through the bank and so on. So it was from there that the district assembly concept was introduced. And so the first assemblies needed a certain type of expertise which was not easily available in many of the communities. So again, my people impressed upon me to contest and become assembly member, because they will need people with some background in finance and accounting, so that we can help the assembly prepare their budgets and so on. So that was how I got to
politics.
Wenchi District Assembly. So, well, I contested, but because it was the community that demanded my services. Once I filed, nobody else filed.
Oh, so you went unopposed.
Unopposed. But the first law, the decentralization law, required that even if you file alone, there must be an election, and you must get more than 60% before you qualify.
Interesting.
So you contest against yourself. So luckily I had over 80% of the votes at that time. So I went to the district assembly and all that. And so it was from the district assembly that wanted to go to depart from the PNDC and establish constitutional rule. And at that time, to every assembly, every district was asked to elect one person to represent the assembly at the consultative assembly. So I won the election to represent Wenchi district at the consultative assembly. So gradually I was departing from the business side and
moving into the political public life.
To the politics. So when I came to the district assembly, by the time we finished the assembly, I had been identified and poached by National Trust Holding Company, because it was around that time that they were establishing the Ghana Stock Exchange. So they needed people with finance and banking background. So I applied, because some of my mates at School of Administration were actually working at National Trust Holding Company. So they showed me that opportunity, so I applied and I was recruited. And so whilst writing the constitution, I started work also at the National Trust Holding Company. And so we were trained as stockbrokers and investment analysts and all that. And well, during when the company wanted to sponsor me, one question the managing director asked, that he thought it was going to be difficult for me to combine that course with my work at the consultative assembly. And I felt I didn't need to waste more time. I don't want to finish the consultative assembly before coming to start this course and so on. And since the course was established, we were about the third batch. So I wanted to, get on board as quickly as possible. So I assessed myself and realized that I could combine. So I combined the two. You go to the assembly in the morning, and when you close, then in the afternoon, I attended the training course.
That's interesting.
So by the time we finished the assembly, I had also passed this one. Fortunately for me, the day we were graduating, I was named as the best course participant, the best trainee for all the 4 modules, and also the best ever since the course was established. And so it put me in a very awkward position, because my managing director and co did the first course, and then the next level management did the second course, and we did the third one. And they say I was
over from all of them.
So it created a problem for me. But my MD was very, very pleasantly surprised. And he was very happy that, well, if they are naming the best stockbroker and investment analyst from his company as a stockbroking company, then that meant that he will attract business. So lo and behold, we started attracting a lot of clients and so on. And when I was being suggested to go for further training outside. There were suggestions that whether I could go to Johannesburg Stock Exchange or New York or Nairobi, and that was where the discussions were happening. So just around that time, we had finished the constitution. I had gone to Wenchi district to lead the campaign for the referendum for the approval of the constitution. And so I thought I had done my work. So I came back to Accra to continue doing my business. Then my community descended on me again. That's the PNDC.
Oh my goodness.
The PNDC at the time, they formed the NDC.
Sure.
They had done a lot of research and so on to identify potential people who commanded respect in the various communities. So it didn't matter whether you were a victim of the revolution or not. Once you are seen as somebody who command respect and votes in a particular community, PNDC will find a way of encouraging you to join NDC at that time. So some of our founding fathers were actually victims of the revolution, but it didn't matter. So, and it made our story even better, because somebody will get up and say, yes, I was punished during the revolution, but I knew I had done something that was against the state and so on. So this is the right place to go. And then, so that's how we identified the founding members. And then our candidates too. There was another round of research to test the winnability of candidates and so on. Unfortunately for me, the research that was done in Wenchi district, the conclusion was that any party that will field Asiedu Nketiah as a candidate is likely to win. It didn't matter which party.
Wow.
And so there was a lot of debate in my community because generally no other party had won any seats in Wenchi district apart from a pro-Buzia party.
Right.
But my father was a strong CPP person. But my maternal family was also very strong UP.
That's an interesting one.
and I never followed any of them. I did a revolution and became a kidder. You know.
It's interesting.
So the three major parties were arguing among themselves. Each of them was going around claiming that I will be their candidate because they were privy to the research findings. So MPP was vigorously campaigning that I'm going to be their candidate. CPP was doing the same. And then the cadets too will say, comrade, how can you go and join any of this? You know. So, and my community also felt that since independence, we had never produced a member of parliament from Sekwa. And so my community was also upbeat. Trying to get me to contest. So they mounted pressure on me. And somebody who thought he has hit a jackpot and was going to make it big in the business and investment field. They came after me again.
This happened at the same time when discussions were being done as to whether you should go to Johannesburg.
Yes. That was from my, and then my community, and then the political parties, and then the regional secretary, the ministers were called secretaries. The regional secretary of Champong, people like Kwabena Chere, Cecilia Johnson, they also assured everybody that they will put pressure on me to come and contest on NDC ticket. So, but NDC was naturally my home because whilst we were at the Consultative Assembly, we formed a cell which later grew up and joined other cells established outside to form the NDC.
Okay.
Inside the Consultative Assembly, we formed what we call the Front.
Okay. The Front.
The full name was the Revolutionary Front, but we covered the revolution.
The revolution and decided to do the Front.
The Front. Our leader was Guzitano.
Oh, Guzi.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay.
Guzitano and Papa Datsun and
so Guzi was also part of the Consultative Assembly, or he was just part of the cells that were being formed.
Yes.
How did he become the leader?
Oh, he was. The PNDC appointed cadres, a certain number of cadres, and he was one of them. And Cecilia Johnson and co.
Okay.
And so, and he was also a link between the assembly and President Rawlings's office and so on. So he led this formation, and we all came, myself, people like SP Adamu and other who were all there. This guy who just died, Sampi Yale.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam. Yes.
So we formed this one, and we're meeting in the night to try and figure out, because we know the Buzia Dankwa people also had a cell in the Consultative Assembly, and they were scheming to find a way of either disqualifying President Rawlings, Chairman Rawlings at that time, if he chose to contest, or making sure that after the promulgation of the Constitution, he'll be arrested and punished and all that. So they were scheming, and we were also counter scheming and so on. So we're actually part of the founders of the party. But after that, I chose not to go into politics, but I said I'll go and pursue this business field.
Yeah.
So it was this survey resource that changed the whole thing. That created a problem for me now, and they were chasing me all over the place. So it was a difficult decision.
Right.
But we had a particular lawyer, because a rural boy who had just come to Accra, and they are enticing you with the possibility of going outside the country. Those days,
I can imagine. I can imagine.
So it was difficult. Then there was this lawyer in the company. He was the General Secretary of Pan-African Writers Association. The name has just escaped me, bearded guy.
Okay.
Then he called me and said, look, what your community people are offering you, you better go for it.
Right.
Because wherever you work, however rich you become, you eventually return home. And if you had declined the service to your community, it will be a dent on your reputation. So you better go. Yeah. And if it is about traveling abroad, it is even better for you to go to Parliament, because then traveling outside will become like going to farm.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I consulted a few people and accepted it. And so I had to go out there to accept that I'll now contest. But because the three parties had done the work for me already, because each of them was campaigning with my name.
Your name.
So I just went there. In the community I entered, the first question, which party are you contesting?
Is all the
I say NDC. They say, okay, we are finished. Then they'll start their jubilations. So that's how come. So honestly, I never, for all the 12 years I was in Parliament, I never went through primaries.
It's interesting. But it's quite interesting, because not just that, it looks like all the way from your national service to getting into Parliament, you've had some unique ways around it. You know, being a national service personnel and yet being appointed as an acting manager. That is quite unique.
Yes.
That's really unique. Is there any secret?
Oh no, I dedicate myself to any job that I'm assigned to, I make sure I do it well. And the results always vindicate the effort I put in.
Sure, that is true. There's a lot to talk on that, but I want to be fair to my listeners. In fact, this is just my question. All the other questions
and you are taking all the time.
I'm taking all the this. So all the rest of the questions are coming from you. Not to talk of the ones that are yet to come. You can still share your comments and questions through the WhatsApp line on the screen. I'll get to that, but these are the ones that came earlier. Chairman, 4 individuals asked the same question. How did you attain the name Mosquito?
Oh, I've explained this
so many times, and I'm aware of it, but they keep asking. This came from 4 different people. I decided that I would not ignore it. How did you get the name Mosquito?
Well, it was intended to break my spirit down. You know, I've been a fighter all my life. Wherever I find myself, I fight for the right causes. And so, and I've also been a strong anti-corruption crusader.
Very true.
Yes. So it all happened when we lost elections. I won to become an opposition member of parliament when President Kufuor came to power. And I found myself on the appointments committee. And I tried to make sure that the right people got appointed as ministers so that they can run the country and run it well, even though they may not be from my party. And so there was this nominee from the then Brong-Ahafo, which happened to be my region. And I had a lot of, you know, debt from his past records. He had been a financial controller at Mem Timber Company before, which happened to be a government timber firm. And because of certain scandals, he was dismissed summarily. And so ordinarily such a person should not find himself into parliament at all. But because of the money he was carrying at that time, he managed to pay his way and got to parliament. And so, and that year, because of his influence and the money he brought, because money had not been introduced into our politics at that time. So it was new for people to just throw money about and so on. So he managed to get into parliament and managed to virtually win almost all the seats in the Ahafo side for MPP. So President Kufuor decided maybe to reward him with a ministerial appointment. And they couldn't get any other ministerial appointment than the Minister for Lands and Forestry.
Ironical.
Yes, and I said that no, this will be over my dead body. Because the man has stolen and had been dismissed summarily from Mem Timbers, which is a government company, which will be under the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. So if you put the thief there, you now go and be punishing the people who's acting in the first place. So this thing should not be allowed to happen. So I decided to fight. And I had all the records. So when I started it, you know, they thought I was joking. But I had majority of the committee members behind me. Then if the MPP people, it didn't take long time. Maybe they had been called and advised, so they abandoned me. I was left with the NDC people. Then they also started abandoning me one by one. So we got to a point where I was
alone.
One man.
That's interesting, soldier.
One man against the council.
That's interesting.
There was a novel, and there was somebody called Mr. Ladipo. One man against the council. So I decided, no, to fight the battle alone. And I won.
Interesting.
And the guy never got the opportunity to become a minister.
Okay.
He was the first person in President Kufuor's list of nominees who was disqualified.
Wow.
And so, as a payback, the MPP people decided that I was operating like a rebel. That time there was this General Mosquito, who was a rebel leader in Sierra Leone.
Oh, okay.
So they said I was a rebel, so they named me General
Mosquito.
They thought that was meant to break me down.
Yeah.
So I studied this as I'm a teacher, so teachers, we are used to be called nicknames.
That's right.
The best way, when your students start calling you nickname, the best way to get around is to adopt that nickname. Because if you try to punish them to stop it,
it will escalate.
It will escalate. They will hide somewhere, then they will call you. They will call you, then they will run away. They will torment your life. And so I decided to adopt it. That's why I became known as General Mosquito.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So it's actually a name or a title that was given to you by the opposition.
By the opposition. They thought that they wanted to make, to break me down. So I adopted it. And today, I have more than 200 people around the country who have...
You want to find out, we are ending the year.
Yeah.
What is your assessment of the majority in Parliament?
Well, they have done what they could in the circumstances. In the circumstances. If I say so, I want to imply that orientation.
Okay. Yeah.
We in leadership have not done that. So in a sense, we have failed them.
Okay.
But it is not something that we intentionally did. We're struggling to get our government formed within the 100 days that we promised. And we went through these difficulties of having plane crashes here and there and many, many other challenges. And so it has not been possible for us to take the new ones through orientation. And so there may be, so I am disappointed that with this huge majority, at times we find it difficult to get numbers to match MPP.
That's true.
And it is something that we have to work on very strongly. I'm impressed about the performance of our leaders on the floor.
Okay.
But what we need to maybe work on is maybe to be able to mobilize the members at whatever time they are needed in the house. So that is the area, because we are dealing with new leadership also. So you need to help them manage the mobilization very well, so that at any point in time we need them, we'll get them. And also, I think there are a few things that we could have done better. For instance, there is this, the move to introduce and push private members
bill.
Law.
Yeah.
The history of lawmaking in this country has been that it is always very difficult to get a private members bill passed into law. The reason is that we inherited the British system where there is a clause in our constitution which says that any law or anything in a law introduced in Parliament that has financial implications must be introduced by the government in power. Sure. Okay. Sure. So any bill, private members' bill, anybody wanted to introduce, they can read into it some financial implications.
Very true.
So that used to be something that had blocked private members' motion. It was Speaker Michael Kwei's time that they managed to get over that, and even that at all, we don't have too many successful private members' bill. So if our side decided to move a private members' bill, or even if the two sides decided to do a private members' bill, it means that it comes with implications. And so maybe the first thing would have been our members on the floor, or the leadership can bounce it off the political committee, so that we all get a buy-in that it is something that we want to be done. Because once it is led by our leaders, whatever the implications are, the party cannot run away from it. So our political committee is chaired by His Excellency the President, and then the leadership of the party are there. And so leadership of our parliamentary caucus are also represented, and the national executive, we are all represented, plus other members of the Council of Elders and very experienced and knowledgeable people. That's why we call it political committee. So this is a committee that ought to be engaged on decisions like this. So once we get the full backing, then our leadership will now go with the confidence that whatever they are doing has the backing of the party. I didn't see that happening. And then, but that said, once the process had started, and it has gone through some preliminary parliamentary processes, it means that the bill has now become the property of Parliament. And even those who are introducing it, they cannot on their own free will even go to withdraw it. They can withdraw it only through by the leave of Parliament. So if Parliament decides you want to withdraw, and you go there and ask Mr. Speaker that you want to withdraw, and the Parliament decides that no, we want it to proceed, then you who introduce it, your hands will be tied theoretically.
Okay.
But that is not to say that it cannot be withdrawn. Because even if at any stage, if we had met and decided that, well, this thing does not serve the interests of our government and our party, who form the majority in the House, that will have to give the leave for the withdrawal. Is it not NDC?
That's right. That's right.
So if we call our NDC, members and say that this thing will be moved. When it is moved, all of you accept that it should be withdrawn, and it wouldn't generate any controversy. Because that engagement too had not taken place. That was why the president's advice was taken out of context, and it was made to look like the president was challenging Parliament and so on.
I felt the same.
So our friends, why would you feel the same? Because
that's honestly how I also felt.
But NDC is NDC.
But the president is the president.
The president is the leader of the party, NDC. So it's also the case is he's our leader.
Right.
You understand?
I get you.
It's our leader. So if MPP was complaining, they were, I don't know why they were complaining, that a president who suggests that he doesn't want, in his opinion, this thing
shouldn't happen,
it shouldn't happen. Then you get up and say, President is dictating to Parliament.
Right. Right.
If the President decides to dictate to Parliament, it will be worse than this.
Right.
Because every party in the parliamentary system, we have something called the whip system.
Sure.
Okay, that whip system, that is the reason why we have a whip. Minority whip, majority whip. So whatever is going to be discussed in Parliament, is the party feels so strongly that it must go in a certain direction because of our manifesto commitments.
Sure. Very well.
Then you just tell them that, look, this is the party line. And some people misconstrue the whip system as dictatorship. It's not dictatorship. We have gone into elections marketing a certain program. Okay. So when we're marketing that program together with our MPs, were we deceiving Ghanaians?
Okay.
We're not.
Yeah.
And so if Ghanaians have bought into that program, it has to be implemented.
Sure.
So if a section of it has to be led, the implementation has to be led by our members of Parliament.
Yeah.
And you tell them that we have committed ourselves to doing this thing. So this is the role you have to play. They have to play it because the promise was done by all of us, including our members of Parliament.
Yeah. And they are not there as independent candidates.
They are not independent candidates.
Yeah.
They are there on the party's ticket. And if the party has committed that we would be appointing 60 ministers, and somebody from our party or somebody from MPP comes to move a motion that, no, 60 ministers is too small a number, we must have 100 ministers. Should I sit there as national chairman to say that, look, they are independent, they should go and vote the way they like, to change it, to compel us to appoint 100 ministers? You go and then remind your leadership in Parliament that, look, this is our manifesto. This was what we committed ourselves into doing. So everybody must toe the line and let's get it done. You know, so the whip system in Parliament, we have 1-line whip, 2-line whip, and 3-line whip. When it is 3-line whip, it rocks the foundation of your core principles and promises as a party going into elections. So that one, we have all promised Ghanaians that this is what we are going to do. So if we have to remain credible, we have to do it. And we must do it together. Okay, so you just send signal to your leadership
that no, you are going contrary. And it will affect us very well.
But beyond that 3-line whip, there are others where it is rarely used. Because you don't want to use 3-line whip to stifle debate in Parliament and so on. And there are times where specific constituency interests coincide with the general party interest. So you allow the representative of that constituency to ventilate the challenges of his constituency. That's all.
That's right. Still on Parliament. This one says, what is Chairman's assessment of the minorities' performance so far?
Well, I think that minority as a whole, I've heard some very interesting and sensible debates coming from the minority side. Some of I've admired some of their positions, but there are other positions, with all due respect, that doesn't make sense at all to me.
You know some of them? You want to share some of them with us?
No. And so, and the general conduct, I mean, there are things they do. If I was their party leader, I'll condemn. I will not allow them today, because you see, what you want to do is to try and win the population to your side. Okay. So you must appear, you must have some minimum credibility by the way you conduct business. But if you are seen to be doing things that are not serving any purpose, apart from being of nuisance value, then you lose that credibility. And if you lose that credibility, it will be difficult for you to get the population behind you. If you don't get the population behind you, how do you win elections? I don't want to go further because I don't want them to win the next election.
but talking about they not winning the next election, there's this question that also came. It says that, can you please ask about his expectations from the NPP's flag bearership contest?
My expectations?
Yes. What do you expect?
I don't want to expect anything. If you are asking me as acting national chairman for MPP, then it's a different story. But if you are asking me out there,
now, but how are you combining it? Now being an acting national chairman for MPP, and being the chairman for NDC, how are you able to combine these two?
In fact, I'm going to add the UP because because people from Wenchi have we have shares in that tradition.
But Chairman, there are a lot of people talking about how, of course, there seems to be a vacuum when it comes to leadership, internal leadership in the MPP. Now, people are also talking about how they are even conducting themselves in terms of having first the flag bearership race before coming all the way down. Do you think it is the best approach? I mean, speaking not necessarily as an NDC, but speaking as an institution when it comes to Ghana's politics.
Well, I raised concerns about it even before it was formally adopted, when they were debating it. I raised certain concerns. Maybe they amended their ways in order to address some of the concerns I raised. Because the first concern was about mandate. I raised the issue of mandate because if you have branches which were elected at a certain point in time before you elected constituency executives, and then came to regional and came to national before you did the presidential primaries. And you are now going to skip everything and begin at the presidential primaries before you come down. The delegates, some of whom are your party executives at various levels, if their tenure had ended, and instead of starting to renew their mandate from there, and you ask them to go and vote for the presidential candidate, then the branches are voting without mandate.
That's true.
So who are they representing when they choose a presidential candidate? I raised that issue, that it is dangerous. Somebody could take them to court. So when they attended their national meeting, somehow they came and fixed a date which will still make the mandate of their branches unexpired.
Unexpired, that's true. Yeah.
But it still has not cured the
fundamental challenge.
the fundamental challenge, because immediately after voting for their presidential candidate, their mandate will expire. So if you have somebody who is who has 1 month to live, and you want the person to select a candidate who will be marketed by new people, who had no hand in selecting that candidate. So it's like somebody has made a choice and you are compelled to now go and market that choice. It's difficult.
That's true.
And again, it can lead to purging of the party.
Okay.
And the purging can also lead to people defecting from the party en masse.
Okay.
You see, if you realize, there are times when, as a general secretary, I try to combine parliamentary and presidential primaries.
Exactly. Yeah.
The logic is that it is not every member of parliament who will be towing the same line. In fact, if all of them tow the same line, it's dangerous for the party.
Sure.
You must allow them to, take their own positions and not to be compelled. But if you choose the presidential candidate before coming to think about the parliamentary candidate, a presidential candidate who is very dictatorial can send signals that anybody who did not support my bid as a presidential candidate should not be given the opportunity to become a member of parliament. I can't work with them. That's and true. We saw it during Nanado's time.
Yeah, he said it so boldly.
That is part of the challenges they are dealing with now.
Sure.
Okay, if at that time they had stood up and faced the issues, maybe they could have stopped him in his tracks.
Right.
But they all behaved cowardly and allowed the problem to fester.
Yeah.
And they are now reaping the results. But the one who created it is no longer a president. He's sitting somewhere in retirement. He may choose to comment or not to comment.
That is true.
You understand?
That is very true. Yeah.
So it can lead to purging, where. So in many of our past elections, when I was general secretary, I pushed for presidential and parliamentary to be done at the same time.
Okay.
So that the one who will win will not have the opportunity of weeding out the supporters of his opponent.
Right.
You see, so you can contain everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Yeah.
And if you start from the branch, you get your branches intact with the supporters of everybody, constituency, regional, and even national, before you go and do presidential primaries, for you to determine who the winner will be. So by the time you get the presidential candidate, the supporters of all the other contestants would have been in the party already, and you can't sack them.
Sure.
So all you need to do is to consolidate the party and prepare for elections. So that is one big challenge they are likely to face.
Very well. Very well. Chairman, the program is becoming so exciting. Let me be quick with the questions. So I'll read about 2-3 questions at the same time. So this one, it revolves around the Constitutional Review Commission's work. What is General's view of the work of the Constitutional Review Commission? Then this one says, what does he agree to the presidential tenure being moved to 5 years? This one also says, how feasible is it to have EC's tenure being limited to 10 years? And then this one says that, will it help our governance to have persons with dual citizens to be allowed to contest in parliamentary elections? And then finally, on the constitutional review, this one says, does chairman support the calls for constitutional reforms which allows chiefs to engage in partisan politics? So if we can put this together,
I can remember
I know,
but you see, I support constitutional review.
Yes,
because every law is made for a purpose and to deal with emerging challenges at a certain point in time of the life of a country. So, having operated the Constitution for over 30 years, I think that some of the articles and clauses have been tested. Some have proven useful, others have proven challenging. So, I think that it is time to review the Constitution. And in fact, the review is overdue.
Right.
When President Mills started it, we all thought that by now we would have done with it and washed our hands. Unfortunately, the MPP, which promised in before 2000 that their biggest problem was the Constitution and that Ghanaians should vote for them when they immediately they assume power, they will change it. And later, for us to be told by Nanado that it was too early to change the Constitution. I was surprised. Nanado has run this country with some contradictions because some of us have worked with him before, you know, and what he stood for in those days could not be put to practice when he became the president. And so he's my friend, but each time I meet him and he asks me why I'm still attacking him, I tell him I'm disappointed in him because we all followed him at a point in time knowing that he will, whoever gets the opportunity to become the president will implement what we believed and preached. At that time, I was with him in the People's Movement for Freedom and Justice, that fought military regime. I was with him in the first political party that I joined was United National Convention. He was our general secretary. I was a constituency organizer. And so then, all the things that we have preached, if at least one of us gets the opportunity to become president,
should be seen
we expect that you implement them the same way that we had demanded that earlier regimes, like military regimes and others, we implement them. And so, when we lost in 2016, it was hurting. But I had consolation that, after all, Nana has won. So at least some of the ideas that we believed in and fought for together, at least there will be an opportunity for him to implement them for the betterment of the country. And then that was where he failed me.
It went off.
So,
yes.
First of all, I would have suggested that maybe it is yet to happen.
Right.
But we still have survivors from the Consultative Assembly, members of the Consultative Assembly. So I had suggested to some of the members that wouldn't it be a good idea if we could put ourselves together to engage the Constitutional Review Commission. So that there are some of the things that we debated and or introduced into the constitution, which has certain foundations.
Right.
So if we engage, they may be able to appreciate the background to some of the things better. And then we ourselves can look at some of the clauses we put there to deal with the emerging challenges at that time, and to assess whether they are still valid or ought to be changed.
Sure. Sure.
The things that you have been talking about, I don't know whether they have presented their report fully, and we know that this is contained in, or that is contained in, or they are just debating points that people are asking me.
So these specific ones, per some reliable media sources, it looks like today's presentation, they got it from the presentation.
Okay.
Yes, so they got the first one, which says that the tenure should be moved from 4 years to 5 years.
I'm yet to read the report fully.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if there is that change, because even at the Consultative Assembly, the debate between 4 years and 5 years it was a very heated debate, and the outcomes kept changing with every vote. There were the earlier times, we accepted 5 years, it went to a certain stage, we changed and took 4 years, and then it came back and back and forth. So, and having practiced the 4 year thing over the years, I think that it will not offend some of us much if it is moved to 5 years.
Yes, very well.
Because how to calibrate whether you should go 4 years or 5 years or 7 years or whatever is that, see, you may have a good government.
Sure.
If you have good people running the country, then you want those people to remain for much longer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there is no guarantee that you will always have good people. So you may end up with very bad people.
Sure.
And you want them to remain there for maybe only 2 years. So that the country can get the opportunity
to move them out.
So it is these two forces that meet to determine the length of the tenure of a government. You don't want the tenure to be too short so that you cannot get a full benefit from a good government.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be too long so that you suffer the damage that will be caused by a bad government.
Right.
So that is how you fix it. Sure. I'm sure at the time, some of the considerations that came was that we had been under unconstitutional rule for quite a considerable number of time.
Yeah.
And there was so much pressure from outside that Rollins must go, somebody must come, Rollins must go, somebody must come. So maybe you don't want to make the term too long such that people may not have the patience to wait for elections to get a new leader. Okay.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was what influenced. There was also a third proposition that sought a one-term longer tenure, like say 7 years.
Exactly. I've heard that conversation.
You have it in Chile.
Right.
You go there once and that's all. That too has its drawbacks.
Sure.
If you put somebody there for 7 years and he wants to finish the country, by the time he will finish and then leave, he will be stuck in another country.
That's
and
right.
you will be finding it difficult to bring to bring him back.
Interpol will not be even be able
to bring him back because from day one he knows that look, this is a rented country I'm operating in. So when I finish, I'll relocate to my proper country and remain there and never come back. You see, so the debate is around those things.
Yes.
Now, when we come to the issue about chiefs' participation,
exactly, very
politics.
important. Yes, very important.
In fact, we, a group led by some of us, we put that in there to bar chiefs from participation.
Okay.
And I still strongly believe that that clause must remain.
Chiefs should not.
No.
Okay.
You see?
And what's the reason?
The reason is simple. We took the history of the country, the constitutional history of the country.
Yes.
You realize that the chiefs have never been barred from participating in politics. So the chiefs were active partisans in the past. Some were CPP, some were UP, and so on and so forth. And we had not developed that democratic culture that allows governments to tolerate people who are against them.
Right.
So in the early stages, anytime there was a change in government, then the next thing is that there must be a change in the occupants of our stools, many of the stools. Okay. So then another government will come, then he will also come.
Yeah.
You know, when the history of this Boko crisis was narrated by Otunfo,
yes,
if you listen to him, you see that it kept changing. When this person comes to power, then he said, this is the person I support. If this person comes to power, this is the person. Yeah. So we looked at all these things and said that, look, we are also going, politics is divisive. Sure. Partisan politics is divisive. So if we divide the population, and there is no uniting force that can, bring order in society when society is so polarized, it will be dangerous for the country.
That's right.
So we felt that let us protect chieftaincy. Let chieftaincy play a role of a stabilizing force in our society, a unifying force in our society. Sure. Because every politician, every intellectual is a subject of one stool or the other.
Right.
And so when there is crisis, there is serious disagreement, and the chiefs come together and call the warring factions, they will be able to exert their influence on the politicians. And we can bring order and stability in the society.
Very well. Yeah.
Number two, from practice, you see that chiefs in Achim, chiefs in Brong, Wenchi, and other places, you have a set of CPP chiefs, a set of UP chiefs. And so when there's a change in government, in Wenchi, where I come from, our chief was deported from the community completely to Western region.
Wow. Interesting.
Because the government he supported had been removed.
Oh.
Yes. In Achim, it happened. In other places, when they are removed, they are humiliated in such a way that in some places, I don't want to mention, you see paramount chiefs who were so powerful a year earlier will be so impoverished that they will be doing menial jobs and other things that will just dehumanize them. Then the third was that we wanted to remove the cause of distance so that no government will be able to remove a chief.
Right.
So we said the chieftaincy institution is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Then chiefs, the selection of installation of chiefs and queen mothers should be done by their cultural traditions and practices, by the people over whom they will exercise their chieftaincy, and not any outsider like government in power and so on. So before the constitution, we were having the government in power had the right to recognize chiefs, and when they withdraw the recognition, it means the chief has been bestowed.
That's not good.
So we ask ourselves, if I'm installing, and you know, there will be, the president will come from just one traditional area.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So, like President Mahama is a Gonja.
Sure.
So what role should he have in installing an Anglo chief?
That's true.
He does not belong to that tribe.
Doesn't even know their culture.
He doesn't know their culture.
Yeah.
But if you left this recognition and lack of withdrawal of recognition there, then the president can direct that we have withdrawn recognition from this chief, and that will be the end. So we say that if the Gonja people are installing their chief, let the Gonja people install their chief. And once he is installed, let it be published in the official state journal. That is the Gazette. So once it is published there, it is noticed to everybody that the person, the people in this community have selected this person as their chief.
That's true.
So government should not go in there. Now, the reverse argument is also that if government cannot remove a chief, what causes or what motivates government to want to remove certain chiefs?
That's true.
Because when I'm campaigning, and then you go and join the party of my opponent, you campaign against me, and I win. Would I want to leave you there? You see, I want to remove you because you wanted to remove
me. So then I must
so now I have the power. So I want to remove you. So that was the motivation of people in government wanting to remove chiefs.
Yeah.
And in a community, our customs and usages require that chiefs must be accorded utmost respect and reverence. Now, if a chief joins MPP in my constituency, and he's there, MPP chairman, this chief there is MPP chairman, and you are also NDC candidate. And the chief is on platform campaigning, insulting you, and heaping allegations on you. That's and true. All that. It is not our cultural practice that when you are even attacked by a chief, you can also go out there to respond in equal measure. But these politics, if I leave you, I don't respond. It means that I'm losing the election.
Yes.
So I also be forced to mount platform to also respond.
That's true.
You see?
Yeah.
And that response could be taken as disrespect for the chief who should not be spoken against. So that also will lower the dignity of our chiefs.
Sure.
So we looked at all these things and said that no. Let the chiefs be protected from partisan leaders of the country. So the chief will remain a chief irrespective of which party is in power. So that they can serve as our traditional leaders and serve as a pillar in our peace architecture.
That's right.
and all that.
That's right.
And finally, first we restricted it to paramount chiefs.
Right.
Then later, there was an argument that, well, paramount chiefs don't lead people to do communal labor. It is the smaller chiefs
who do,
who lead the people in the communities.
Yeah.
And they need the loyalty of all the citizens, irrespective of their political affiliations.
Sure.
So if the chief says that this is what this community must do, he must command the respect of everybody to follow him. So it is not at the paramountcy level that this thing is done. So even the smaller chiefs must be included. So we added it. So I still believe that it can be done, even though some chiefs have flouted it. It hasn't created so much problem with us. If we open it, it will be dangerous for the country. So the chiefs, some of the chiefs are saying this thing, is taking their right to contest elections, and nobody is taking your right. They say this is one position. Once you are in there, you can't do this.
Do the other
if you
one.
want to go and do it,
then leave this
one and go and do it.
That's right.
Because we have bad the security, members of security, we have bad judges and all that. Why are they not talking about their right to vote?
Exactly.
Okay. So if you are a judge and you want to do politics, resign and go and do your politics. If you are a soldier, you want to do politics, resign and go and do your politics. But you have a right to choose which work you will do.
You want to do,
But the work has rules. So if you want to operate in that area, you go and operate it. You can't go and be selling pork in a mosque.
Chairman, that's really true. In fact, our time is up, fast spent. I will come to you to give your very last words, especially as we move into the festive period. But it will just be fair to read one or two messages from the over 100 messages that has come, the new ones that have come.
I see.
Chairman, I think that's interesting. Hello, Mr. Host. I'm called Isauku. Please tell General that he will be the first president for the new 5-year term proposed. May General rule for long. Okay. Please, please ask Chairman General the fate of his constituency election directors who are struggling to make ends meet and the maltreatment from some constituency executives. Please forgive me. Forgive me. Let me take the very last one. If someone is appointed as a NADMO coordinator because he's a constituency organizer, does he have to resign that NADMO position before contesting the next constituency election? 2, can a person with a criminal record contest for any constituency position? And if not, what kind of convictions disqualify a person?
Well, these things, I want to reserve them for my general secretary.
Very well.
Because, I was engaged in these things most of the time.
Yes,
so, as a national chairman, I don't want to.
I agree. So, I mean, that is what chairman
when
is
I'm
saying.
on the field and the specific issues come, we will address them.
Okay. Chairman, there's one other. This one, if I don't read it, it says that please ask Chairman General Mosquito, what is the party doing for the maritime falcons in the ports? I don't know which one it is and what that one means, The very, very, very last one. Please ask my chairman, okay, why constituency? Chairman says this particular one, the general secretary will take them. I don't want to deny. Honorable Asiedu Nketiah, please, when are you going to recruit workers at the various ports for the 24-hour economy? Okay. Chairman, your very last words. The messages are so much. Honestly, forgive me, viewers. Forgive me, viewers. Yes, Chairman.
Well, the process for the recruitment has been ongoing for some time now, and we have started the 24-hour economy at the ports, but there are, as we are moving gradually, because there are things that we need to put in place before we can get everything fully, because even lighting and there are other things that we need to fix before we can work in the night the same way. But we have started 24-hour economy in our ports, more than 3 months now.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it's working very, very well. And we intend to go full blast in the coming year. But let me tell you, those who are talking about this, I don't know whether you watched me in Fosu over the weekend.
No, I didn't. Is it
the festival?
The festival, okay.
I met Kennedy Japan.
Okay. How did it go? That's quite an interesting one.
It was upbeat. Oh, General Mosquito is my friend, but I'm going to beat him to become the president of this. So when it came to my turn to speak, I said, why are you creating a problem? You are like behaving like Don Quixote from mythical.
Right.
He creates problems.
Yes,
he creates his own imaginary enemies
that's true.
And fight them.
That's right.
Defeat them and declare victory for himself. So Ken, you have a showdown to do with, to concentrate within your party. Go and concentrate there. Who said that you will be the flag bearer of NPP in the first place?
Yeah.
And we haven't started anything.
Process, yeah.
Nobody has filed anything. On what basis are you assuming that I am the flag bearer you are going to defeat? So go and concentrate on your work and leave us alone. And we are creating a problem, you know. And these days, I hear many of them when you are speaking, oh, if you don't do this, we want somebody who can beat Asiedu Nketiah.
Yes.
NDC hasn't chosen Asiedu Nketiah.
That's quite interesting, because everyone is talking about that.
MPP, they have a way of setting their own agenda, you see. Anytime in the past, they want a general secretary, oh, we want somebody who can beat Asiedu Nketiah. And some way, somehow, they want to use me as their standard always. Yeah. But is there a challenge? There are a lot of things that are happening, but I don't want to predict who the winner will be in their contest. But let them go and do their showdown and leave us out of their showdown.
But Chama, when is the NDC presidential primaries? I mean, per the timetable, when would that be?
No, the timetable we have established does not include presidential primaries at all.
Okay.
But we have a constitutional deadline.
That's right.
When we are in power,
we
select our flag bearer 12 months before the next election.
12 months before.
When we are out of power, we are in opposition, we select the flag bearer 24 months, at least 24 months.
Okay.
So those are our constitutional. But our process, they begin from branch to constituency
to region
to national, so that the new national executive, when they take over, they will establish the timetable and all that leading to the next election. So now the current executives, whether we will retain ourselves or not, because we are operating under a different time frame, political time frame, we cannot establish timetables and regulations for the presidential primaries.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because the new national executives who will do that.
Even if we are all retained, then we will be a new national executive with a renewed mandate. Then that we will then set.
Chairman, there's one trend. Communities will always call you, and you've always been serving. it looks like the community, including the MPPs, are calling you to be the flag bearer of the NDC. Doesn't it look that way?
We are not there yet.
I know, but doesn't it look that way?
Oh, judging from the pronouncements MPP are making.
And even...
But your opponent, you want to listen to your opponent. You want to listen to your, then you are finished. It's not always that you listen to your opponent.
That's true. I agree. But we have a year.
Some of them, some of us, if MPP, we are commenting on MPP issues. We comment as faithfully as we can, because we don't, because we think that our democracy will be stronger if you have stronger and well-managed political parties to go into contest.
Right.
So when there are issues in MPP and I talk to go for a third term and all that,
yes.
We've gone through this thing before. When President Rawlings was about to go to, his tenure was ending.
Yeah.
Then MPP, because the government has performed, and MPP didn't have any rallying tool.
Yeah.
So they started saying that, look, this Ojama, he won't hand over. He won't hand over. So throughout the country, everybody was saying that. Rawlings man said that when he loses, he should hand over.
Yeah.
He won't hand over. So the debate was not about the achievements of President Rawlings again. So they managed to divert our attention, whether he will hand over, not hand over.
It's a strategy.
And radio discussions, everything was about that. And it was putting pressure on President Rawlings. Then he decided in his own way to throw in something that will answer them. So he went to Swedro and said that, oh my, Swedro declaration.
That's really an interesting way to say
that. Swedro declaration. And they hyped on Swedro declaration, making it look like it's unconstitutional. Rawlings is a dictator. This. So some of our people swallowed it.
Yeah.
And then started some resistance movements in the party that eventually led to the splitting of the party.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. So history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes.
Great.
So we have to be careful when we are
That's an excellent one. We have to be careful when we are discussing some of this things. And truly speaking, General Musk.
I penny chairman, Timmy penny. Who call how many days? Who could how many days?
Oh, me call Saturday. Me could do on Saturday. The Saturday and you me move the whole constituency.
And then I say national security for baby, but Fabian will do intente. Now will be a woman man.
Yeah, me foul beer. One million have been phobia. Ube to make them intente 1 year, I don't care. Because me namwa. Me many faster than them.
Okay.
Auntie, meaning how I operate. Me kochi ya nya collation center me ko ya ko bia ni se ya ntwa me so ejo so. Me na me gajiro. Ngo bia ni se ya ntwa me ni so ejo so.
Wow.
Na I will say one of the day was it Monday at the bechamo mo atoba no. Madam for be call radio ana me go jano. At MPP ni no be representing no hu yere na oga jom say e hope since in town ma kwesha wa no mu nim say me hompo.
Oh,
But in Penifoni bia na me no da the same hotel ado mu hu me Saturday na najo. In fact me frɛ jo so bedru me hotel be 1:30 am. Et me see from na pedi no so asi me ya sure so wo hwɛ and was eh da wo ye da ha me say ah ne ma chichire ne be sane ni nyina. Yeah.
Hopeson then who ya wa just when he anje ho.
Oh, nyama de se bebre. Number 1. Meka se processes in the intimidation be amamu. And like Now behind the scenes, say we need the eye to see certain things on the womb. Ebia ne sɛ Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a camera capture Kinsre Nyako. And just why you know perfu edit to hono. Sikatua, I mean the monetization of your elections, you know. As I say, I can't want them.
Okay.
Because say I'm here, a bedroom baby, no. Who nyani papa man represented. Ebia will be a honoma, what would him dear, what being just say, obiti my represented. But old Nisikent, you know, won't team conquer representing. Now, Obio Wusika and the Bitimako. And the Sika or Mutuesca papa. And yet allegations, baseless allegation. Munina Mokova, you know, Motin and Anaju for no more receive Wiscan Kaseka. To the point to crash here, they win in our Brabon Grofo. Saturday when you police for one country. Yeah, going.
How do we share envelope?
Envelope near your packing we. I just say we get you. Near the mobile is a genome. Mongenum Namungodi is the moon. How can you do that?
Wow.
You see, Etina and Faquem, then Faquem. But in honor, a deal me trace yes. Oh, and I just so my uncasa, I would not blame them. Because ya shut down my command deal. Eti e mo bibi kakra.
No any aje.
No any aje. We share the love and support. Papa no enyaye. Bese me wo bonire around 3 p.m. Between 3:30 p.m. Adam who's a regional minister ba akwakosha himfie. Na me so me wo around ho a. Neja. Nipa ba akopɛ ana me friend na no MPP ni. Madam for lady ba ko na me friend say me gina ofie kwan no. Na biya ya no ma anaje ifiri ho no ya fa ba bi kakra na yesan ediba so proper be fa information ani na kai kam na wo hwe the display of money na ehu
by one
ya wie na ehifo eja bibifo ya wie elections no projects e wo ho no no mo wie ne ehwe sai sika di nyina na nkamode ye projects no ewie ya nke beboa look Adio mi ankasa start market project. Ewo honum. Chese odi free so aka ho. Sasika
from time office we seen there.
Yes. Sasika na mo cheche no. Se me na me a part of them every bia those days na me catch re won. Hwe Asiedu be ye 1 year. Ada me start is a look. Mumma machines in kwa Asiedu. What do omunko grade kwan no. Say asphalt na they should start because it was obvious say there's going to be a by-election. 8 years before set up the bedroom. So that mukọ ho no mo a na nkonko say election ti na mo de machine ababesi ho. Omo amfi. Me can no severally. Omo amfi. Edru so ho ne ekokosi ye. So, it is sika na omo de kokọ yes our projects. School den omo sisi a omo ntimi wie ye ne ka ho na mo ye ya. Na mo fo say Abenya baba ye market am o maye yinti enkonko di omachi but you chose to bribe them with money in the kai.
Yampasa omo de MPP Kumewu constituency executives na ye electoral officers.
Omo challenge me amema what display Kumewu album e wo TV no so. Na list of a year.
Wait me challenge my phone ready for
me send
him. Na bobodi no na yenko. I pese ye
me kase mentna radio so nitro.
Okay.
Because me ditra because of dia mabonti no ebenyame.
Wabodua?
Yes. Obi obeditra to me so bia me bodua serious. Me na make ajiro.
Obi obeditra to so.
Me Christoni.
Me bonudua.
Me bonudua.
That's right. I benidua so dey contem.
Mami send him
so
that it will not be say
wabo trim na woka and to kana me hwe wo phone no
me kasa just like that
hwe obehu hwe ade wo no phone
me ma hu kra na me de bro na
fabre me we enkomo we be bo ache o de bre me meje na ye de ato ho na fe
Me fama o producer and so the na ira no benya. Good. Masani amon.
Wasani amame.
Me nye allegation. Me ya na me ye shorter you be na me sending candidate. I'm the polling station executives for Kumawu constituency and listed as EC officials for Ejoso by election.
Okay.
Ejoso. The four hopa.
Okay.
A teacher for Guho, doctor for Guho, lawyer for Guho, any other. And to win to me, say, ye nya officials in Ejoso.
Teacher for Kra.
Yes. Na near Kobani says, by election and got somebody share Kumawu and Pinesa. Or no, head the by elections. It is part of our strategy. I know Mkokofa Kumawu executives in the I know Masansi sa a teacher for or more Kumawu constituency or Mufi say. We are sympathetic to them. I know we are mobile. Okay. Share number one. Your friend Abrante be as a Fuji Ernest.
Okay.
Now your presiding officer, our Asuchi, MA Primary School. Polling station number of baby I know you know. F3105.
501A.
501A. Me college am here. I was so. Figures in the idea free hobbyina. I was so. Sir Abrante or your polling station youth organizer.
Ewa he.
Ewa Kumawu. Esa your personal assistant to the MP.
Wambeye polling agent. Obeye Juma
EC official, presiding officer. He was having the final authority at the polling station. Would do no gas police in the no gas free or me here or be free. What does it? I didn't the drew baby. No more kind 1, 33, 34, 37. So who here? Now cause we be now man for raise alarm. Nini a guy can. December 7th. Look, police station be a presiding member kind. No one can be a move behind you. Would you now move forward to more started one will be a moon can be.
So can one I just 1, 2 will be a guy. Into free one no quartena. Yeah, na age na dey one quarter.
Shall yeah, say what do say into 207.
Why biom no yeah MPP ni a.
Number 2,
me too.
Adai Abankwa Kwame. No ye presiding member. Emma Kwamo Chiefs Palace. The polling station number. F311206A. One so why a polling station secretary?
My MPP.
Emma MPP Okumawu. Polling station now, why you know? LAJS or Yoko. I don't know you know.
Okay.
Yeah. We open page 6 of the constituency album na Sano Hona. Ubi album na oya.
MPP album.
Yes.
Producer ko page 6. Me names na woman ina.
Me can we ama manfo who say enye trobi anamiti. Because when you make allegation you must substantiate.
That's right.
Me say opa as a media house, Montro to use is a mope or more officials, our morane Kumawu by election, full list. Namo fan to 12 on Honamohe. Kakra bi pena me ma list wa hazi. What ya say? Namo fan to 2 Honamohe. Eti me ma metra hanum, emma me kansemo emfantu obi so da. I will not do that. But we are ye nyina no. Ye pese electoral process no, eye papa. When him say electoral process so there. MPP as a party, or more fighting a drew baby. Eti ya momo ense no. So when you know, as I see a burden on na yekoye da bibia etimi etoto. Eti the strategy our more every year, you know, me at a point me nyasa information we emulate because who blown out EC cannot train new officers. Ana ekoye ye a wan hwe nso ana manfo abamu akwakobu no mo ampie because na me nim the supporter na diomi wo eti I kept quiet on it say the city bia yenko ne sa so ho ne ete number 3 William Ajay no ye presiding officer for Buankra Methodist Primary. Police station code F310103. a polling station youth organizer.
Okay.
The same Oko SDA basic school GD. I call him a polling station officer. The same person Oko page taste of the album home.
Page
6 of the album. A bio page 5, a bio page 6 in the end. Then Ajekum Emmanuel. What also or contested for polling station youth organizer at Akotosu Temporal Booth. Or more Edinburgh officer. F360902.
Okay, to William J.
Just right.
To William J. The voter's ID card number. Full name.
That's
William
right.
J. William.
Yeah.
Or your Bema 31. The telephone number. No, yeah. The position, your youth organizer. Or
right.
police station.
That's
And
right.
or electoral commission.
Or your presiding officer. The head of the police station. That was the strategy. You see, Enka Sabio, election, they say strategy. Party in government, when we are no position, you will be young. What would you tell? But, Nini Namuno, ya chodia, Ababe Ebony.
That's right.
Ya Cho now found qua, and one no, so on the we want people to know, say, these are the skills.
As for Jenny,
What nation honour?
Eti asafo J suna wo ho. Bra asafo J Ernest. Oh 28 years. Ono so your youth producer yeah count biem biem aya biem biem yana ketwa kakra na ommienu ni nyina mra yana ketwa kakra producer yana ketwa kakra yeah we yesu dim yeah and two in Amra. That's right. Eti J. William, the voters ID card number. Or the war MPP Kumewu constituency. Album nim 15200000931. Or your Bema 31. The telephone number is 0247 985028. Mon friend Musa so adwene Ghana ho. The telephone number is 02. I mean, no phone, no. 0247 985028. Or your youth organizer, men people come constituency. Next person, Asafo, J. Ernest. The voter ID number, 1521 002 874. Me body in a voter's ID card, de kuta no de betuabano. Number was 152 1002874. We did 28 years. Now, for that 28 years, who say on mine we know about them? No. The telephone number on 0247 0247, sir. What do you say? MP na Toma 0247 231521. On your youth organizer. MPP card bearing members. Ekoye Juma as state polling station presiding of the commission all the way from Kumewu. I mean, Jane, and you need to answer.
Says what you made.
Majority.
Make kind of amount for 7 minutes. So what you made.
Majority.
But say, if they like, Mopa, the full list of the officials. I've given you the album. Now, Monko, we know quick a year, be a year, page 5, page 6, and I'm pick just a to tell them, say, as someone American, minimum America. So on it, but a lot. At the end of the day, Yahoo, next time, we'll know how to guard ourselves. Because Obi Bia will share party at a day, but who's our electoral officer, but you were free. Because that is the law. Share party at a day, you can photo. The Akwakoyo EC official.
That's right.
Hey, all opposition parties must come together. Constituency be a police station be a democratic bape no go through. What starting process no create me free ho. Once I want evidence say worship party at the end there, you be in free ho. They are making sure say neutral people handle process na mai. Send you be ya we move ya anya den enkonkoba. But me maybe anameka send you Ghana for you ready. Pense sano. Wo mu be wie mu manasa bo muti so. So we dey. And the change in there is coming. That is it. Me try say any Toronto will be aso. I will not do that.
Wow.
I will not.
Whoa! Your friend don't touch it. Me say me what questions in me no pay. My first question is didn't you at the airport as head of national security now?
Obia anyimedi. Obia obekasi anyimedi bia nipa na oye trofo.
Ya nyuadi.
Ya anyimedi.
Eye den.
Ewo airport.
Eye den.